Good evening and welcome to MTV's News Update for today, November 1, 2022. I'm Sandy Ramatar. First, our top headlines. Over 350 local content certificates issued. Ghana completes money laundering, financing, terrorism reports. EduFM launches website to provide 24/7 access to educational content countrywide. And in sport, Guinness Greatness of the Streets East Coast Demar's Zone champion to be crowned on Saturday. Now for the news in detail. Director of Primary Health Care at the Ministry of Health, Dr. Anasia Hamilton says services in sexual and reproductive health cannot be improved without ensuring men are involved in the process, as they can often be left out of the discussion. Jessica Canada reports.
Director of Primary Health Care Dr. Artensa Hamilton, speaking on behalf of the Minister of Health at the launch of the Equal Sexual and Reproductive Health Rights Project, said a research conducted by the Ministry of Health showed that there was hesitancy among men in accessing services.
A couple of years ago, we did a survey in which we were trying to understand what it is that was acting as a barrier to men accessing services. And one of the things that was resounding among most of the men that were interviewed is the fact that they said that our services were set up mainly for women. They say from the time you enter, most of the posters you see have a mother and a baby, a mom, a woman, and a lot of the information were directed towards women. So they were saying that that was their barrier for going for services. Now we recognize that if you're going to have a healthy population, it is not only on an individual basis, but it has to do with the family.
Minister of Human Services and Social Security Dr. Vindhya Prasad notes that the Equal SRHR project, while primarily focused on improving the quality and accessibility of services to women and girls across different groups of society, will involve a holistic betterment of these services and in turn positively impact men and boys as well. Dr. Hamilton added as well that these services cannot be improved for women unless men are actively involved in the discussion.
Has a lot to do with the consequences of fatherlessness, in which you have women and children who are left at the mercies of others and who, as a consequence, also have to deal with sexual and domestic violence because of these situations. So we do have to bring our men along on this journey to ensure that our girls and our women are protected and that they do not only survive, but they thrive and they can transform.
Dr. Hamilton went on to share some statistics on the life expectancy of men and women in Guyana over the past few years.
Our life expectancy for the country has moved from 67 in the year 2017 to 70 in the year 2022. Now, the life expectancy of the population between men and women are different. Where we had in 2017 men life expectancy being 63.5, women were at 68.5, and that was 2017. For 2022, the life expectancy for men remains the same. However, the life expectancy for women has increased to 71 years.
Persons who are experiencing gender-based violence or know of someone being abused are urged to dial the 914 hotline. Reporting for MTV's News Update, Jessica Counder.
Guyana has completed its second money laundering terrorist financing national risk assessment report and is expected to implement several recommendations, including an updated national money laundering and terrorist financing policy and strategy. More in this report.
Guyana, for the last 6 years, participated in a national risk assessment exercise and has completed its second money laundering and terrorist financing report. This is according to Minister of Legal Affairs and Attorney General Anil Nandlal. He said the exercise was conducted in line with the Financial Action Task Force Recommendation 1, which requires all countries, on an ongoing basis, to identify, assess and understand their money laundering and terrorist financing risk, and to take action and apply resources and preventative measures to mitigate the identified risk using a risk-based approach. During the exercise, the working group assessed and identified the country's MLTF threats and vulnerabilities. This included the identification of weaknesses and gaps in Guyana's ability to effectively deal with the existing money laundering and terrorist financing vulnerabilities and threats. The working group examined the money laundering vulnerabilities faced by 20 sectors that are considered as possessing higher than normal risk for money laundering and terrorist financing locally. Some of the recommendations put forward include the development of an updated national money laundering and terrorist financing policy and strategy. The Attorney General said the policy has been drafted and is expected to be finalized with technical support and guidance from the World Bank by November 30, 2022. Amendments will also be made to the Anti-Money Laundering and Countering the Financing of Terrorism Act and other legislation. Additionally, efforts to strengthen domestic cooperation and coordination among competent authorities concerning the development and implementation of AML-CFT activities are ongoing. He said these efforts are being implemented to ensure Guyana's readiness as the country prepares for its fourth round mutual evaluation by the CFATF, which is scheduled for the third quarter of 2022. The mutual evaluation process has already commenced, with a pre-assessment training facilitated by the CFATF for both public and private sector stakeholders on October 12 to 14, 2022. The training was done to ensure that these key stakeholders understand their roles and responsibilities and are equipped and prepared for Guyana's assessment.
You're watching MTV's News Update. More news on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
Why you minding me business? I noticed you yesterday, you're there watching. Today you're there here again. Why you minding me business? I'm fed up of your nosy self.
Yeah, baby, I just love your windows.
Why you bad eyeing me window? Like your house in a window? What kind of window really in your house?
I got some old louvers windows that I need to change.
Louvers! There's that it! People still got louvers window. Girl, I let you in for the secret, right? Beeson got a special deal right now. You go down there, you buy 10 window, you get a free bathroom window. Oh, for the love of God, throw away them louvers window and go down to Beeson and modernize.
Beeson Windows and Doors, serving Guyana with the highest quality windows for your home, office, or commercial building.
Modern Optical Service has made it even better by introducing its budgeted spectacle line, starting as low as $10,000 for single vision lens and $12,000 for bifocal lens, available in tinted or clear, complete spectacles at affordable prices. So hurry down to our main office at 316 Middle Street or Lot 14 Diamond Public Road opposite Demerara Bank. Enjoy over 60 years of eye care experience at affordable prices. Modern Optical Service, your eye care professionals.
Girl, you want me? Sorry, I'm interrupting y'all.
Marla, I'm here taking the census.
Girl, you done got a husband already, huh?
Miss, I am a census taker, going door to door so that everyone can be interviewed and counted in the National Census 2022.
What is the census though?
Well, the Population and Housing Census is a count of the population and all the buildings every 10 years.
Getting counted transforms an entire nation.
From Region 1 to Region 10.
You know what? I believe our village needs a health center.
I think it needs some roads too. You see the man boots out there, how it full of mud, eh?
That's why I'm asking Mrs. Da Silva a few questions from our questionnaire. We record the answers and then the data is used to help shape the future of the country.
Oh, so the two y'all not...
Oh gosh.
We counted.
Fibertech materials are used in a multitude of ways, from repairing and fabrication of auto body, fishing and household items. We have available various fiberglass mattings, resin, mold releases, brushes and rollers for all of your repair needs. We offer technical advice and free training to ensure you get the job done. For further information, call us at 220-6907 or 220-9192.
This is MTV's News Update. Welcome back. A report and action plan was on Tuesday launched in an effort to encourage Caribbean media to adopt best practices and initiatives that will rebuild trust in news media. Details from Jessica Calendar.
The Situation Report and Action Plan on Media and Information Literacy and Disinformation in the Caribbean was by the Public Media Alliance, PMA, in partnership with the Association of Caribbean Media Workers, ACM, and the Media Institute of the Caribbean, MIC. Keynote speaker Julius Gittins, principal consultant, said there has been a recent alarming trend of social media becoming a source of news for the public through images and videos circulated for shock value, which most times lack credibility.
In this current era, we have witnessed the rise of both a lack of trust in the news media, but also the rise of untrustworthy media. And one of the endless streams of photos and videos of gore and violence. What effect does exposure to this pornography of crime and violence, to murders, assaults, executions, gunplay, and its bloody aftermath have on our minds, particularly young minds, who are not shielded from these mind-numbing images? There is no watershed on the smartphone.
This is essentially why this report and action plan was put together. ACM President Nazima Raghbir and MIC President Kiran Maharaj spent over 5 months conducting interviews, desk research, and surveys to analyze the issues of media literacy, disinformation, and trust in news facing the Bahamas, Barbados, Grenada, Guyana, Jamaica, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Suriname, and Trinidad and Tobago. Maharaj said stakeholders across the region must develop approaches that mitigate the existential threat to journalism and fact-based information.
So while it is good for people to have perspectives and opinions, obviously the populations do not know who is really an expert and who is not, and what is truth and fact versus what is opinion.
Raghbir said there is a need for collaboration to tackle both misinformation and disinformation, while committing to media literacy for all, with the goal of rebuilding trust in news media in the Caribbean.
The need for collaboration was explicitly recommended by all researchers. This recommended collaboration took many forms, and there were talks of collaborations between not only ACM and MIC, but other organizations that have similar interests, and also where the media associations in the respective countries are for journalists and media owners to get more involved in those associations.
Other recommendations in the action plan include developing a Caribbean regional code of practice on disinformation and misinformation, public awareness campaigns, creating a knowledge hub as an online resource center for regional media practitioners, incorporating media literacy in the school system, investing in technology, and training for journalists. The situation report also includes additional research, which sets out to analyze the feasibility of a regional trusted news network in the Caribbean. The full report will be made available by the end of November. Reporting for MTV's News Update, Jessica Calendar.
The Ministry of Education says radio station EduFM on Tuesday launched its website to provide 24/7 access to educational programs for students, teachers, and parents in an engaging format. More in this report.
EduFM's newly launched website can be accessed at edu.fm. It provides news and information about the Distance Education and Information Unit and also features a play button which enables access to the 24/7 broadcast. Head of EduFM, Philip Williams, highlighted that this website was born out of the realization that many learners are now using the internet to access educational content.
Everybody has a smartphone, everybody has a smart device, and everybody is connected. But it goes a little deeper than that. This website and the launch of this website demonstrates the ministry's commitment to reach everyone, everywhere, on everything.
EduFM is broadcasted across the country and provides educational and entertainment programs for students, teachers, and parents. Director of NSERT, Quinita Waldron Lewis, says this initiative is a crucial step towards equal access to education for children across Guyana.
We are now here to be able to provide the same quality of output to learners from Georgetown as we are to learners from Iterengbang or Mbaimedai or wherever our children and our families reside. So this becomes the space where One Guyana truly becomes educated.
To access the radio on the edu.fm site, persons can tap on the play button featured along with a search bar at the bottom of the website's page. Users can also minimize this feature on their phone or computer to complete other daily tasks. Persons are encouraged to visit the site and access a wide range of educational content and keep up to date with events and activities. Reporting for MTV's News Update, Jessica Calendar.
More news coming up on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
Are you running around looking for construction materials? Well, run down to Lens for affordable, high-quality building supplies. We have the widest range of grade A floor and wall tiles in any shape, size, and designs. And all types of ceramics, porcelain glazed, and full-body porcelain. We stock the largest collection of large format tiles. Check out our porcelain slabs as big as 10 feet by 4.5 feet. Add a bit of elegance with our large range of decorative molding. Our line of PPG paints will give you vibrant colors that won't fade. With our wall and ceiling gypsum system, it's light, durable, and fast. So come down to Lens at 136 Cherry Street, which is next to Buddy's and Pizza Hut, for that 31 years of Lens quality.
Planning a cleanup? We can help. Sevon's Waste Management skip bins can be provided for home renovation projects, yard cleanups, or construction sites. It's simple. Step 1, just pick up the phone and give us a call. Step 2, we deliver the skip bin size of your choice. Step 3, load the skip with all of your junk. And finally, step 4, we take it all away. It's that simple. Bins are also available in various sizes, so there's no job that's too big or too small. Call Sevon's Waste Management today at 218-1455 or 218-1156.
You can be a millionaire by only spending $100 on a Daily Million ticket. Simply pick any 5 numbers from 1 to 26, or you can buy a quick pick for your chance to win the Daily Millions. Purchase your tickets daily, Monday through Saturday, to get a chance to win $1 million every day. So, feeling lucky? Then buy a Daily Millions ticket today. Remember, a ticket today could make you rich today.
You're tuned to MTV's News Update. Since coming into operation in January 2022, Guyana's local content regulator, the Local Content Secretariat, has issued some 354 local content certificates to Guyanese suppliers of the nation's oil and gas sector. A Guyanese national or Guyanese company issued a certificate by the Secretariat receives preferential treatment in the award of contracts by the oil companies and their subcontractors. This document confirms that the Secretariat is satisfied that the holder of the certificate is a Guyanese national or Guyanese company. All companies and their subcontractors are more incentivized to utilize vendors that are approved by the Secretariat. Internal assessments show that Guyanese companies supply goods and services across 37 of the 40 areas ring-fenced for nationals in the first schedule of the historic and innovative Local Content Act. We now take a look at tips for healthy living.
Here's everything you need to know about tuberculosis. What is tuberculosis? Tuberculosis, or TB, is a bacterial infection that spreads through inhaling tiny droplets from the coughs or sneezes of an infected person. It mainly affects the lungs, but it can also affect any part of the body, including the tummy, abdomen, glands, bones, and nervous system. TB is a potentially serious condition, but it can be cured if it's treated with the right antibiotics. Signs and symptoms. If you've contracted TB, then you might exhibit some or all of the following symptoms. A persistent cough that lasts for more than 3 weeks and usually brings up phlegm, which may be bloody. Weight loss, night sweats, high temperature, tiredness and fatigue, loss of appetite. If you suspect TB, then you should probably visit a doctor to receive a proper diagnosis. Causes. In most healthy people, the body's natural defense against infection and illnesses, that is, the immune system, kills the bacteria and there are no symptoms. Sometimes the immune system cannot kill the bacteria, but manages to prevent it from spreading in the body. You will not have any symptoms, but the bacteria will remain in your body. This is known as latent TB. People with latent TB are not infectious to others. If the immune system fails to kill or contain the infection, it can spread within the lungs or other parts of the body, and symptoms will develop within a few weeks or months. This is known as active TB. Latent TB could develop into an active TB disease at a later date, particularly if your immune system becomes weakened. Treatment. With treatment, TB can almost always be cured. A course of antibiotics will usually need to be taken for 6 months. Several different antibiotics are used because some forms of TB are resistant to certain antibiotics. If you're diagnosed with pulmonary TB, you'll be contagious for about 2 to 3 weeks into your course of treatment. You will not usually need to be isolated during this time, but it's important to take some basic precautions to stop the infection from spreading to your family and friends, such as wearing a mask or partial self-isolation. Of course, there is also the option of being vaccinated for TB. The BCG vaccine offers protection against TB and is recommended for babies, children, and adults under the age of 35 who are considered to be at risk of catching TB. The BCG vaccine is not routinely given to anyone over the age of 35, as there is no evidence that it works for people in that age group.
The ISG and MTV's sport update comes up after the break. Stay tuned.
Are you building or renovating your home? Then come to Beeson for a wide range of aluminum and UPVC windows and doors. Get from single hung sash, awning, casement, sliding windows, plus sliding and swinging doors. All our products can be customized and fitted with insect screens and are seal tight to withstand harsh weather conditions. At Beeson's, we also carry commercial, glass and French doors, showcases, aluminum louvers, curtain walls, aluminum rails, plus sliding and frameless shower doors. So look no further. Visit our showroom today at Lot 1228 Eccles Industrial Site or call 622-4197 or 623-4197. Beeson Windows and Doors, built with pride in Guyana by Guyanese.
At the Gift Center, you are guaranteed to find something that's ideal for everyone. Choose from an array of high-quality pens or that exceptional timepiece in great brands like Citizen, Casio, Fossil, and Anne Klein, all backed by warranty. Add to the ambience of your home or office with a beautiful decor, or enhance the decor of your bed and bath with quality sheets and towels. Get handbags with matching wallets to fit all your essentials. Unleash your inner chef with quality cookware and kitchen appliances. Maintain personal care with quality appliances. So get the perfect gifts with a little help from us at the Gift Center and start looking forward to the most wonderful time of the year.
Hello, homeowners and painters. We're happy with the response we've gotten. Thank you. As such, we're now offering a multi-surface roof, floor, and wall putty routine paint at a special reduced price of $2,500 per 1.5 gallons bucket. This paint can be used on wood, concrete, zinc, and metal. Don't forget we have a new shipment of oil paint with shades such as Morning Glory, Nantucket Gray, White, and many more familiar shades to choose from. The water-based paint at $3,600 per gallon and the oil-based paint for $4,300 per gallon. Come into our showroom to view the colors and let's beautify our surroundings. Global sales and distribution, lot 140B, Quabbin Street, opposite King's Jewelry World between Waterloo and Carmichael Street. Look for the red front building. Telephone 504-3908 or 622-0601. Regent and Royal Paints, created for you at the most competitive price. See you soon!
Get the right seal right now from Industrial Supply of Guyana, Inc., your immediate SKF sealing solutions. The SKF Seal Jet Machine is capable of building seals from 5mm to 600mm in diameter in under 5 minutes. With technical support readily available, you can get a customized seal to suit virtually any industrial application, like buffer, rod, wiper, and piston seals. SKF Seal Jet Machine, now at Industrial Supply of Guyana, Inc.
Santos and GFC football clubs have booked their semi-final spots in the Georgetown Football Association's Senior Men's Football League action, which will be played at the Georgetown Football Club ground on Sunday.
In the feature matchup of the night, John Brathwaite gave Pele the lead when they came up against Santos with his goal in the 5th minute. Santos responded through a Kosi Jervis in the 9th minute to level the scores for his side. Stefan Reynolds gave Santos lead before Pele's Calvin Shepard made it 2-2 with his strike. Pele's Alex Murray's second half goal gave Pele the lead once again before Reynolds returned to give Santos a hard-fought 4-3 win. Santos now awaits the winner of the quarterfinal clash between Police FC and Western Tigers to be contested on Wednesday at the same venue. In the day's opener, host GFC battled Vendive FC for 90 minutes without a clear winner, forcing extra time in the contest. The border-based GFC showed their superior fitness in the next 30 minutes as they slotted home 3 times for the win. Rondell Peters, Lennox Young, and Dominic Nelson were the scorers for GFC, who now await the winner of Wednesday's third quarterfinal match between the GDF and GT Panthers. Kickoff on Wednesday at 18 hours.
Tiana Springer, Ezekiel Newton, Athoya Harvey, and Javon Roberts were the top sprint on Sunday at the National Track and Field facility at Leonora when the Athletics Association of Guyana held their Inter-Guyana Games trials.
Police Progressive Sports Club's Tiana Springer showed great form to record personal best times in the 200, 400, and 800 meters as she delivered outstanding performances to book her spot on the country team for the Inter-Guyana Games, set to be held in Guyana from November 25th to 27th, and is set to feature Suriname and French Guyana. Tiana Springer showed speed, winning the 200 meters in 24.89 seconds ahead of Nalisha Glenn and Carice Lloyd. She returned to claim the 400 meter in 54.95 seconds, with Carifta medalist Narisa McPherson second. It was the same top two in the 800 meters as she finished in 2 minutes 26.52 seconds. The young sprinter said she is ready for the games.
I felt good. I'm pretty sure I ran my personal best because it seemed more faster and I'm ready for into Guyana. I was planning on speed relaxing till I made the 100 meter part, then give it my all, but my hand went out in my middle, but I still try.
Lloyd, however, claimed the 100 meter in front of Adelaide Hickson, winning 12.49 seconds. Bladen Hall's Ezekiel Newton claimed wins in the 100 and 200 meter dash with Osa Blair second on both occasions. He took the 100 in 10.71 seconds and the 200 in 21.93 seconds to secure his spot in the events at the Inter-Guyana Games. Newton, after the race, said he is looking to continue improving and aims to do well at the Games.
Because the win was a lot around the turn, but it was okay though. I feel great to be able to do great things for my country. At least make a country proud, bring the gold medal, keep the gold medal, and improve in the 100 and 200.
Joshua Lamb claimed the 400 meter dash with Malachi Austin second. Other winners include Atoya Harvey, who won the 1500 and 3000, while Javon Roberts claimed the 800 and 1500. Top jumper Amris Hector won the triple jump and long jump. Narayan King high jump, Latifah James shot put, Esther Marks javelin throw. Aaron Leach picked up wins in the javelin throw and long jump, with Yannick Williamson taking the high jump. Stefan Roach triple jump, Delon Hope shot put, and Jamie Fraser discus throw. The tournament sees the top 2 athletes in each event making the cut for the team competing in track and field.
A new champion will be crowned in the Guinness Greatness of the Streets East Coast MRR Zone on Sunday, as Brazos defeated holders Melanie B in the quarterfinal round over the weekend at the Haslington Tarmac.
Vryslus downed Melanie B 2-0 on penalty kicks after regulation time ended 1-1. Prior to the conclusion, Vryslus took the lead in the 5th minute, while Melanie B equalized in the 7th minute. Vryslus will now oppose Bedford-Wacton BVA after the latter defeated Churchyard 2-1 with Delroy Dean and Ralph Pollard scoring in the 3rd and 11th minutes respectively. On the other hand, Lilliandale Hustlers and Nonpareil will compete in the 2nd semi-final matchup. Lilliandale Hustlers edged Old School 1-0 on penalty kicks after regulation time ended 0-0. Meanwhile, Nonpareil defeated Victoria Eagles 3-2 after overcoming a 0-2 deficit, with Andrew Murray netting in the 9th minute alongside Guinness' goal. A goal scored in the final 3 minutes of normal and regulation time counts as 2 in the 18th minute. The semi-final section and eventual final will be staged on November 5th at the same venue. Portmore will face off with Team Cruel, and Buxton will battle Uprising in the Plate Division semi-final round following quarter-final wins.
That brings us to the end of Sport Update, which was brought to you with the kind compliments of ISG. More after the break.
Over the years, ISG has been providing all sectors across Guyana with quality products and outstanding customer service. Proud distributor of NP and Ultra lubricants, engineered for tropical conditions. International trucks and parts, leading the change. SEM Machinery, a Caterpillar brand. SKF bearings and mounted products. Napa batteries. Tide power generators. Discover the greatest source of power. Industrial Supply of Guyana Inc. The best opportunity to make the right choice.
And that brings down the curtain on tonight's newscast. But before we go, here's a reminder of our top stories. Over 350 local content certificates issued. Ghana completes the money laundering, financing, and terrorism reports. NUFM launches website to provide 24/7 access to educational content countrywide. And in sport, Guinness Greatness of the Streets East Coast Demerara Zone champion to be crowned on Saturday. Catch our broadcast tomorrow at 6:30. Don't forget to like our Facebook page, where the news can be viewed live at 19:30. You can also check out our website at mtvgy.com for these and other stories. On behalf of our news and technical teams, Sandy Ramotar saying, stay safe and goodbye for now.